11 rarest snakes in the world. In the world, there are more than 3,000 species of snakes, and a lot of them are poisonous. Besides the terror they might cause, certain species have original characteristics that make them more admirable, if we forget how dangerous they are. Are you ready to meet them? These animals are not only dangerous and mysterious, some species are also bizarre. Here are the 11 rarest snakes in the world. Number 11. Long-nosed whip snake. The most interesting thing about these snakes is that it has an elongated snout and an intense green coloration, characteristics that help it blend into the vegetation itself. It lives in South Asian jungles in countries such as Vietnam, India, Sri Lanka, and Cambodia. With a body that can reach up to 5 feet long, it never goes unnoticed. Number 10. Wagner's viper. This mountain dweller occupies dry, warm slopes where temperatures fall at night. It's usually only active during the day. Its patterns of orangish-brown spots helps the snake blend in with its surroundings. This rare snake was thought to be extinct for nearly 140 years, but then was rediscovered in eastern Turkey in 1983. Once the word got out, the news led to severe over-collecting by European and Turkish snake collectors. This is a serious threat for the future survival of the species, which has already been wiped out in much of its very small range. Numbers have also been declining due to many people capturing these snakes as pets. It is estimated that there are fewer than 2,500 adults left in the wild. Its name is derived from Moritz Wagner, a German explorer who collected the first documented specimen in 1846. Due to the threat of extinction to these snakes, the St. Louis Zoo incorporated them into their breeding program, with 9 babies being born at the zoo in August 2013. Unfortunately, there have been no updates from the zoo about new babies being born since then, making Wagner's viper one of the rarest snakes in the world. Number 9. The short-nosed sea snake. The Sahul reef snake, otherwise known as the short-nosed sea snake, is a critically endangered sea snake whose habitat is mostly contained in a small area of the coast of northwestern Australia. This snake derives its name from the fact that it has a small head and a short, pointed snout. It prefers sandy areas with sparse coral and can live up to 10 years in the wild. It has so far only been found within the area of 2 reefs, Ashmore and Hibernia. The reason why these snakes' numbers decline is a complete mystery. They were relatively abundant up until the 1990s, and explainably, in the years that followed, its numbers have declined. So much so that no individuals have been registered in surveys since 2000. Although, the causes of the disappearances of these snakes within the ecosystem are unclear. It has been speculated that a major culprit could be serious coral bleaching and degradation. Number 8. The Antiguan racer. The Antiguan racer is a brown, non-venomous snake and is docile and easy to handle. Its diet consists almost exclusively of lizards that live on the small offshore islands. Formerly the world's rarest snake, the Antiguan racer's miraculous comeback is mainly due to concerted conservation efforts. But although their numbers have increased, it is still not enough to remove them from the endangered species list. The Antiguan racer is located on a few small islands just off the Caribbean island nation of Antigua and Barbuda. It was previously living on the main island of Antigua but was wiped out after the introduction of the mongoose and the black rat. However, a small population of racers managed to survive on Great Bird Island, a low-lying islet located just a couple of miles off the shore of Antigua. Before it was rediscovered in the early 1990s, this species was considered to be extinct. The population has since risen to over 900 individuals after the successful eradication of predatory rodents from the island, with snakes being reintroduced to neighboring islands. Number 7. Barbados thread snake. This is the world's smallest snake and a woodland dweller on the paradise-like Caribbean island of Barbados. The longest specimen found in this family measures a length of 4.09 inches or 10.4 centimeters. Moreover, on a $quarter coin with a diameter of 0.9 or 5 inches, the social network circulates an impressive illustration of the snake. Stephen Blair Hedges, who gave it the scientific name Leptotyplops carlei, in honor of his wife named Carla, was the discoverer of this small species. According to Hedges, the thread snake is as wide as a spaghetti noodle. Due to its small size, it can only feed on a diet of termites and ant larvae. Number 6. The Alcatraz's lancehead. The Alcatraz lancehead is part of the pit viper family, distinguishable by a head-sensing organ in its head, which it uses to locate its prey from other snakes. It is highly toxic, like other pit vipers. The precise number of surviving lanceheads of Alcatraz is uncertain, although it has been noted that on the small island on which they live, they are fairly common. This snake, whose scientific name is Bathrops alcatraz, is a critically endangered viper that lives on a small island off the southeastern coast of Brazil. Number 5. Black Mamba. This snake is one of the world's most venomous. In addition, not pleased with that with its black jaws, it has a very malevolent look. They live in sub-Sahara Africa and they live to eat little rodents and chicken. Hey, bon appetit! The black mamba also measures between 6.6 and 9.8 feet. In short, it's longer than the human being. Because if it makes the decision to bite you when it perceives a threat or detects a human in less than 130 feet, it stands up and exposes its jaw, sticks out his tongue and hisses. It's virtually impossible to flee. On the other side, he leaps over his prey whenever it attacks and delivers a series of bites. That is why most bites on humans occur from the waist up because of the length of the black mamba. The most important part is that the victim only has 45 minutes to reach an antidote before collapsing. Number 4. Rhinoceros viper. This viper has a frontal horn, formed by 2 or 3 large scales, which is accompanied by other small horns as if it was a rhino. They can measure between 28 and 42 inches. It lives in forests of eastern and central Africa, near streams and swamps. It stays mostly on the ground, although it can climb up to 9.8 feet of altitude. It passes the time in the leaves of the trees, tree hollows, and extended roots. Also, they are great and dangerous swimmers because they usually attack without warning. They use their skin to camouflage, and sometimes they use their tail to hang on tall branches as if they're monkeys. Imagine that you're walking through the woods and one of these precious things are hanging over you. Their fangs are retractable. They can show up or hide when the viper wants them to. They inoculate a powerful poison that destroys the tissues in blood vessels, causing hemorrhage. Number 3. Tentacled snake. This South Asian snake looks like a gigantic snail without a shell. It has 2 tentacles in the upper part of the jaw that helps it when it comes to eating. It measures between 20 to 35 inches and lives in an aquatic environment such as rice paddies, seawater, or turbid waters. The way it hunts is quite interesting. It submerges and forms a J with its body, waiting for the fish to get close. When this occurs, the snake extends its head to the exact position where the prey is guided by its tentacles. That senses the movement of the water and helps even if the attack is made in the dark of night, creating a movement with the tail that scares the fish and causes them to flee in a direction close to their snout in these critical seconds. Scientists consider it surprising that when this happens, the snake can predict the movement of the fish, determining in advance its exit route and speed, since its attack doesn't go to the place where the fish is, but to where it will arrive. Number 2. Double Dave. 2-headed snakes are very rare, but they still exist, so seeing a mutant snake with your own eyes is even rarer. A double-headed rattlesnake named Double Dave was discovered in a forest in the US state of New Jersey in September of 2019. Double Dave is a venomous pit viper with 2 completely developed heads with 2 brains, which suggests a double risk of being bitten. Double Dave is 10 inches long and rising, but Dave Schneider, the scientist who discovered him, believed that the snake would not survive long because it is likely that the 2 heads would fight each other off for food without knowing that they share a digestive system. The disorder of having more than 1 head is called polycephaly and is known to occur in extremely rare cases across the animal kingdom. Now, that's pretty sad. Double Dave is not the only 2-headed snake found in the wild in 2018. At the Reptile Expo in Switzerland, a California king snake was discovered and placed on exhibit. Number 1. Horned Desert Viper. We just know from one glance at this snake that it's a serpent that we wouldn't want to mess with looking at it. It has horns that even without the devil horns would be scary looking enough, but they are just the icing on the cake. The horned desert viper is a very unusual snake that can often be spotted in North American deserts. The snake captures the imagination of ancient cultures and is believed to be Cleopatra's snake of choice to enter life. Its venoms are made of 13 different toxins that can cause hallucinations, mental illness, organ failure, hemorrhaging, and even death can be deadly for the horned desert viper. Don't sound like a horned viper. With only their eyes and horns sticking out as they wait to strike, they bury themselves in it. Thanks for watching. Just like, subscribe, and get notified so you won't miss out for the latest videos.